Bantu Holomisa breaks the silence surrounding the meeting at Madiba's Unu home in the Eastern Cape, and Barry Stander's memory lives on. I'm Richard Brooks. UDM leader Bantu Holomisa has finally broken the silence surrounding the meeting at Nelson Mandela's Unu home in the Eastern Cape. Madiba remains in a critical condition in the Heart Hospital in Pretoria. Holomisa says the purpose of the urgent family meeting was to bring the elders and family together. The meeting was also attended by Ndaleke and Ndaba Mandela, as well as Public Service Minister Lindiwe Sisulu. Holomisa says he was specifically invited to brief the elders on Madiba's condition.
I confirm that I did attend a meeting yesterday with the Mandela family. What was discussed there was merely a briefing by Magazwe Mandela to the elders of the Mandela family on the latest condition of President Mandela. The other issue which was discussed was a report which once appeared a few years ago in the Sunday Times around the removal of the remains of the children of Mandela from Qunu to Mvezo. That matter was left entirely to the elders of Mandela as well as to Nkosi Zwelithini Mandla Mandela to effect the decision of the meeting yesterday.
Government has guaranteed over 50 billion rand to build a new fleet of high-tech passenger rail trains. The trains will be manufactured in partnership with French transportation company Alstom. Of this figure, 790 million rand will be allocated for skills and development training for all new employees. Over the next 10 years, the project will employ 33,000 people. PRASA has often been criticized for operating old trains. PRASA CEO Lucky Montana.
We know that you still face many challenges, but government has created the ground, has laid the firm grounds for you to have a decent quality public transport. And today's announcement was about the steps you are taking towards making sure that South Africans have got quality public transport. I think that the government and the Minister of Transport has made that a priority of the government.
Reserve Bank Governor Jill Marcus says the bank may be forced to tolerate a high inflation rate because of the dilemma posed by weak economic growth and a soft rand. Marcus was speaking at an event in Westcliff in Johannesburg. She says there is limited scope at the moment for effective monetary policy interventions. Marcus expects inflation to remain at the top of the target band or slightly above it for some time to come. But she says she expects inflation to eventually start declining.
On the other hand, we are seeing increasingly strong upside risks to the inflation outlook, primarily coming from exchange rate developments. Had these pressures been simply a result of excess demand pressures, the response would have been relatively straightforward. But this is not the case. There are a number of issues that we have to consider in our decision-making. To what extent is the depreciation going to be sustained? Will the currency continue to depreciate, settle at current levels, or has it overshot, in which case it will strengthen at some stage? This is critical in terms of the extent of the pass-through to inflation.
A memorial has been erected at the Cascades MTB Park in Pietermaritzburg in honor of top South African mountain bike rider Barry Stander. The site includes a so-called ghost bicycle that is painted white in memory of Stander, who was making waves on the international cycling scene. Stander died after he was hit by a taxi while training on the KZN South Coast earlier this year. The memorial was designed by Jackie Tiens, mother of 10-year-old cyclist Sabrina, who drew inspiration from Stander. Tiens says while Stander's loss was devastating, it's important that his legacy lives on.
Barry has left a big void, especially under our youngsters. Having a child, being 10 years old, trying to grasp the death of Barry, I think was one of the hardest things as parents to deal with our child. And I think many other parents in the province as well In fact, right across the country. Yeah. Didn't want to make a place of silence, but yet a lot of respect.